in the fourth and final men's group, Group D. So we look at the boats and in the bay. Here come the contestants.
Representing Kuwait, ALMOSAWI.
Salman ALMOSAWI. He will be hoping to emulate his teammate Mohamed ALMOSAWI, who crept through earlier. Enzo Montarello of France.
Chinese Taipei.
Wang Yi. One of the outsiders, 37th in the world.
Representing Malaysia, Lim
Chee, a SEA Games medalist, number 53 in the world.
Representing Republic of Korea, Park
Hee-jun, number 21 in the world.
Representing Croatia, Stoller.
Tomislav Stolar, the outsider, number 55 in the world.
Representing Morocco, El Hakimi. Representing Spain, Galan.
Number 49 in the world, Sergio Galan. So a final 4 spots up for grabs. First up will be Salman ALMOSAWI. I think I was getting him and the other ALMOSAWI's rankings confused earlier. It's Salman, the one here, who's the outsider, 105th in the world, as opposed to Mohamed, who's number 17 and made it through from Group B. Both of them performing a Goju Shiho though. Dai for Mohamed, and it'll be a Goju Shiho show for Salman. One of 102 traditional katas. As we see him warming up in the literal sense of the word. Seems to be getting even hotter here. More katas added recently in tribute to the fact that karate, kata and kumite will both be present at the Olympic Games in Tokyo next year, 9 months away. Yeah! Gorjushiho short from Salman ALMOSAWI. His coach was giving him instructions from the little box to the right as we look at it, all the way through that routine. 24.46, how about that? Well, the two ALMOSAWIs are certainly shaking things up in this men's kata. 24.2 for Mohammed, 24.46 for Salman. What a performance from the two Kuwaitis. Well, that's going to make things more difficult for the people to follow. 24.46 is the kind of thing you'd almost guarantee qualification with. All of a sudden the pressure is on Enzo Monterello, Frenchman, coming up, and he is going to perform exactly the same kata, Gorjushiho sho. Remember, the French haven't done that well today, particularly the French with Italian names. If we think back to the women's competition, Alexandra Ferracci coming 5th in Group C. Enzo Montarello, 16th in the world. He'll be expecting to qualify. Crisp movement from Enzo Montarello. With a name like that, very Italian, you would expect him to be from down south. He does indeed practice with the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur club. 25 years old. He's actually a qualified physiotherapist as well. Through the first round in Tokyo just recently, had a very poor opening performance. 21.5. Needs to put that one behind him here, particularly with ALMOSAWI having laid down such a marker. Well, warm applause from the crowd. The interesting thing is Salman ALMOSAWI led off with a Gorjushiho sho and earned 24.46 for it. How will Enzo Monterello's compare? I don't think he's going to get as many points. Will it get him enough to qualify? Difficult to tell. He's only the second one in this group. Judges taking their time. 24.28. It's almost there. That's two real markers He'll be disappointed that he's only second, but I'm sure he would have ripped your arm off if you'd have offered him 24.28 5 minutes ago. Pressure on everyone else. He's actually second highest ranked in this group. Only one behind Adnane El Hakimi, African champion. Wang Yi next up, looking to qualify, number 37 in the world. Kukurun Fu for him. Wang Yi of Chinese Taipei. He was a silver medalist at the Asian Games last year. That was where Ziggy Zaresta, whom we've seen earlier, got bronze. So did Park Hee-jun, whom we will see a little bit later on. And gold was obviously Ryo Kiyuna, that man from Japan. Well,
total points 24.28.
24.28, which is exactly the same as Enzo Monterello. But obviously, the countback on the scores that weren't included was lower because they put him behind Monterello. Mind you, there are 7 judges. Top 2 and bottom 2 scores are removed. That leaves 3 in the middle. And if you're dead level, as is the case with Monterello and Wang, they then look at the other judges' scores. So amazingly, everyone is within 0.18 points of one another. At the moment, it looks like Wang will be the one of those not to qualify. Now, interestingly, we're going to see the Ohandai, the new Olympic kata that Ilya Smorguna tried and we have to say failed with in Group A. He got 23.54 and that wasn't enough to get him through. Here we have Lim Chee of Malaysia. The Ohandai, created for next year's Tokyo Olympics, to celebrate the fact that karate will be there, kumite and kata. But it's a tough one to pull off. Lim Chee, he's one of the outsiders, so he was taking a gamble. And I presume it's not going to come off, and it doesn't. 23.88. He still did better than the man expected to cruise through to the second round, Ilya Smorguna. He got 23.54 and crashed out of his group. Chee Lim, 23.88.
Total points.
He's unlikely to qualify, 4th out of 4 with 4 to come.
23.88.
But he gave it a go. Interesting that there are new katas being brought in. Great as a celebration for the fact that karate is an Olympic sport next year. And who knows, with a bit of begging and pleading, maybe it will be allowed to stick around for 2024, though it's not on the cards there at the moment. And it's good to see the sport evolve as well. Not just the traditional katas, but new ones being brought in, making it a more modern sport. And it is one of the prerequisites of the Olympics. The sport should be modern and appeal to young people and get people playing sport. So, Park Hee-jun performing the Anan. Haven't seen one for quite a while, actually. There were plenty of those earlier in the day. 3 in the last group, none so far in this group. ANOC Hee-jun, who was a bronze medalist at last year's Asian Games in Jakarta. Well, he threw his body and soul into that. Ranked number 21 in the world. We've seen earlier with the Adnane that it's one of the more straightforward katas. If you perform it well, you get good marks. Judges have been very positive towards the Adnane so far. They've been giving out a lot of high marks here, and this one isn't one of them. 22.74 puts him well adrift of the field. 5th out of 5, cannot qualify. The clubhouse leader, as it were, is Salman ALMOSAWI. He is guaranteed qualification because there are only 3 more to come and he's in the lead. After that you have Enzo Montarello and WANG level on 24.28. Imagine if of the remaining 3, 2 are better. That would have Enzo Montarello 4th on 24.28, WANG level with him, but behind on the countback. That would be agonizing. Perhaps it won't come to that. All of a sudden it's the Goju Shiho Sho, smaller of the 2 Goju Shihos, that is popular, and for the 3rd time in 6 competitors in this Group D, we're going to see it. ALMOSAWI got 24.46, Montarello 24.28. What will Tomislav Stolar of Croatia get? 55th in the world. One of the outsiders of this group. The emphasis on the shore there. '15th in the recent European Championships. So he's 55th in the world at the moment. Not had the best of years. 7th this time last year. Again in the European Championships. Sorry, his 15th was in the World Championships earlier. Solid stuff from Stoller. Out of breath at the end, as you would expect. Count against him, the breath needs to be even. There's little to choose between the first two who perform this. And his has come in below theirs, 23.28.
Total points. 23
Gives hope
points.
at the moment for Wang Yi, who's stuck level with Monterello, but behind on the countback. He's currently in third. It's the top three, the first three, ALMOSAWI, Monterello, Wang. 1, 2, 3 in list of performance. On the cusp is Chee Lim, but he's presumably going to be knocked out by Adnane El Hakimi, African champion and number 15 in the world. He is next up. And what's he performing? You guessed it, Goju Shiho. 4 out of 7 in this group going for the Goju Shiho. I think it's a good way of comparison. So the African champion, Adnan El Hakimi. He's a Moroccan to boot, so it's the Arab world connection. On from his African Junior Championships win. He followed that up with senior glory. Won the African Championships on home soil this year. It was in Rabat back in February. Didn't take part in the recent African Games that were held in Morocco. Which were continental games that were held in Morocco a couple of months ago. So, top ranked in this particular group, one ahead of Enzo Monterello. He's done exactly the same kata as Monterello. He's on 24.28. The leader again on the Goju show, Salman ALMOSAWI, on 24.46. And in comes El Hakimi, straight in at number 4. Good grief. It's incredibly tight. Wow. 24.22. Monterello and Wang 24.28. 0.06 in it. He's not looking happy as he walks off, I can tell you that. And now it's all down to Sergio Galan. And guess what he's performing? 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. Yes, it's the Goju show. Well, better than 24.22. We'll see 49th ranked Sergio Galan through to the next round. It will see Adnane El Hakimi, the African champion, eliminated at the first hurdle. And I can tell you that he's got some support in the crowd, has Sergio Galan, because a certain Damian Quintero is sitting right there and ready to cheer him on. In fact, he's got some very high-profile support. He's also got Raquel Roy Rubio, who qualified in the women's event earlier. So, come on, Sergio, no pressure. 24.23 will see you through. It's a dynamic start. He's looking confident. Actually now have the full house watching him. Roy Rubio, Quintero, and Sanchez. The holy trinity of Spanish karate kata, all watching him. Applause there coming from the famous 3 Spanish karatekas. There we go. I'm looking around at the 3 Spaniards to gauge their reaction. They're not sure. 24.23 will see him through. I reckon he's done enough. 24.26. Good grief, he's done enough. Oh, how close. Good grief. Adnan El Hakimi is out. Sergio Galan is through by the skin of his teeth. And he'll be able to watch it afterwards because Raquel Roy Rubio was videoing it all for him. Wow. 0.06 points covering 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Wow. And the winner was the 105th ranked outsider from Kuwait. Who would have backed that? .02 in between second, third and fourth.
الجولة القادمة. Pass for the next round. Kuwait.
Salman ALMOSAWI, 24.46.
France.
Enzo Montarello, 24.28.
Chinese Taipei.
WANG, 24.28.
Spain.
Sergio GALAN, 24.26. All of them on Gojushi Hosho. Heartbreak for Adnan El Hakimi. Misses out by 0.04 points. But those four make it through to round two. Round two will be held tomorrow, men's and women's. We've narrowed it down from 32 to 16. So we will have round two tomorrow to whittle it down to the medals matches. Round two in the morning, men's and women's, medals matches in the afternoon. Thank you for watching the Karate Kata from these first ANOC World Beach Games. Please carry on watching all 14 sports throughout the 5 days of the competition.
That concludes our first day of Kata individuals competition at the ANOC World Beach Games Qatar 2019. تتقدم دورة الألعاب العالمية الشاطئية لاتحاد اللجان الأولمبياد الوطنية قطر 2019 بالشكر للحكام والمسؤولين عن الموجودين هون لليوم.